Right. Welcome back to Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Writer. Anime Review, episode number 10. We are here reviewing the 10th episode of the series, which has a quite interesting name with it, yes. Which is called, if I can get to it here we go, Risk Your Life. Pretty much this episode is tackle. Well, it's Yuriko versus Tojima. Yes. Oh, and they do mention apparently she saw, well, the episode where Tackle died, which is episode 30 of the original Stronger series, which they do have a brief snippet of the episode, which great the fact they animated that scene. And the one thing the episode does not bring up though is, and this is quite interesting, is that the woman, the person behind Tackle, that red thing, that is Dr. Kate, who in the original show was voiced, not, we didn't see because you didn't see her first, but she was voiced by the late Moroku Sango. Of course, the show came out in 1975, so that means she was probably in her 30s when she first did the role. And it's a role that not you're talking about Moroku Sango. People talk about Queen Hedra from Denziman and some Vulcan. There's of course Witch Mandora, but not that character for some reason. Oh yeah, there's also the one from Metal Heroes that she played, the queen in that one. So yeah, and of course basically Yuriko at one point during the battle just yells basically calling Stronger an idiot for not getting tackled quicker. Which I can kind of agree with that after watching the episode. I watched Stronger like about a couple years ago. Stronger's a great show. The only problem with the show is well, it's short length. And I'm not going to blame the show on basically why it got canceled on the writing, because it got canceled at 39 episodes because the ratings were not that good for the show. It was surprising it lasted 39 episodes. Yeah, and of course they go back and forth. At one point, well, basically you have Tackle getting punched by well, actually you have Tojima as writer, as the original camera punching Tackle. Oh, Yuriko's Tackle. She's bruised. And at one point, Tojima is bleeding from the mouth. Yes, he's bleeding like crazy. And this fight pretty much takes up, pretty much the whole episode with this particular fight. And it goes back and forth. And of course, Tackle beats him with her electric human tackle. Well, basically, it's a suplex that she does. And beats him. Yeah, she defeats the main character of the show. The one whose show is named after. Despite the fact he doesn't do a lot, per se. Like, for example, just a couple episodes ago, he was in the episode maybe like 30 seconds. But this episode overall was really good. And of course, during the battle, basically Tackle, part of her outfit got damaged during her fight with, well, Yuriko's tackle outfit got damaged during fight with Tojima because part of her goggles was damaged. Also, and this is something they've never done before with this one, we actually see what's under her skirt. Ladybug polka dot looks like panties. I'm assuming that is the bottom part of the thing, because in the original show she did not wear a skirt. The skirt was initially made by this anime version of the character, who was clearly based upon, loosely based upon the one from the Stronger TV show. Yeah, and we get several shots of it per se. Also, at one point, and this is, I don't know if Colin Clickenper was because she's probably on a One Piece kick with this, because at several, during, when fighting is so intense, she's channeling her Luffy voice into Yuriko. Yes, she channels Luffy. Just by sheer randomness, just because she voices Luffy. I personally don't have a problem with it at all, given the fact she's my favorite voice actor. So I'm not gonna basically call her out. Basically, for say, hey, this is not Luffy, right? But it's perfectly fine. I mean, Sabbath tends to give like Piccolo to like several voice actors, several characters, like Zoro, for example. I've heard some people say that Zoro's voice, Sabbath's voice as Zoro, it's the same voice he gives Piccolo. But here's my thing: it's the same character, same voice actor. Same with Kiba and Bon. Though I did ask Kaher about that, of why these two sound so similar. Aside from the fact, yes, they're both voiced by him. Because, according to him, the reason why he did that was because they're both around the same age. So that's why Bon and Kiba sound very similar compared to other characters Kyle Herbert has voiced. And, yeah, but in case back to this, episode's good. It's like we continue and of course, next episode, it's, well, the younger of the two brothers taking on Yuriko, which match was like right after that. Also, there's a joke toward the end of the episode where Tojima is not waking up, he's like unconscious, and apparently the wake up is put on his Kamen mask for reasons per se. But otherwise, though, good episode. Also, I did enjoy hearing insert fight music in this one, which I thought was really cool. Yep. So that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Before I end this video, it was a shame they didn't have Dr. Kate briefly speak in the episode, because I'm sure for a fact that this would have been interesting to have Barbara Goodson voice over Marco Sango for the dub. I mean, she did it for, well, my Power Rangers do for Zoo Ranger, but that's something else altogether. But yeah, so next up is a Comic Corner. First of two. Okay, next video. Bye.